And here's kind of a common one, number 4. Some lack assurance because they don't know the exact time of salvation. That's kind of silly, isn't it? I might not be saved because I don't know when it happened. Nobody knows when it happened. You might remember when you prayed a prayer, felt a response, or said something, but you can't see the regenerating work of God. You can't see Him creating a new nature in you and a new disposition. This is an invisible miracle. I remember a man who heard me preach here when he was coming to our church, and he told me this later. And he was struggling with assurance. And apparently I preached a message on that Sunday morning that was strong about making sure you're a real Christian. And he told me, he said, I went out of here and I was so shaken. I wasn't sure I was a Christian. And so because I couldn't remember the time. I couldn't remember the place and the location. So he said, I drove down Roscoe Boulevard and I stopped my car along the side, and I went in the back of the car and I took out a piece of wood and I hammered it into the ground by the sidewalk on Roscoe Boulevard. And I said, okay, I'm doing it right here and right now in case I've never done it before, and I wanted to have in my mind that I had hammered a stake into the ground. Well, I had to collect my composure for a moment, because what does remembering the time you hammered a stake into the ground have to do with the mysterious sovereign work of God? If it's any comfort to you, I don't know the exact time of my salvation. But I don't judge my salvation by the past. I judge its reality by the present. And that man said to me, I always doubted until I pounded that stake in the ground. Is that crazy? What does that have to do with anything? Those today who teach that the remembrance of a past event, the remembrance of a childhood prayer, the remembrance of a baptism is a legitimate basis for the believer's security and assurance are wrong. The exact time is never the issue. There are some people who don't remember their birth. I don't. My mother told me about it, but I don't remember it. That doesn't mean I'm not alive.